Hey students, this video is just meant to help you out with the back of the Ionic and Covalent worksheet. We would actually work a few of these together in class, so I'm going to work through the whole back side of the worksheet. You can work with me for as long as you choose, or if you want to just stay with me the whole worksheet, that's cool too, no worries. We'll try to work through it fairly quickly, but I also want you to understand, remember you can always pause whenever you need to. So let's rock and roll. So here we go. We're going to start. This is the back of the Ionic and Covalent worksheet. You hopefully have already completed the front because it's a combination, all right, and they're broke up into sections. This back one is where we first get to see like all of them combined together. So we don't officially know until we check that first element what we have. So we always remember, we're always going to look at this first element and it's going to tell us what type of compound it is. So we see Cr, we look to our periodic table, it is colored in the type 2 color. Does everybody agree with that? So this would be type 2. All right, which means we have to name it via Roman numerals, which means we have to figure out its charge. Now, unfortunately, we're starting off with kind of a tricky one. O2 can be found up top, and it is peroxide. All right, when we see O2 with a metal, we need to think peroxide. So peroxide is up top, and its charge is -2. So I have, kind of as an aside here, I have one Cr, and I have O2, which is -2. So that's -2 there. So chromium has to be +2. And we are doing this because this is a type 2 compound. So we're going to say chromium 2 peroxide. Okay, let's move to the next one, number 2 there. Now we have Al. So we find Al on our sheet. There it is. Al is colored in via type 1, which means we have to just name it kind of as it is. That was supposed to be a 1, but it looked like an arrow. All right. So there's 1, and we're going to say aluminum oxide. So our biggest key here is to make sure that we're checking that first element. That's going to tell us how to do it. All right. So let's go to the next one, number 3. So we look at selenium. All right, Se. We find selenium on our sheet. Oh, it's colored in as our covalent. All right, so that's covalent. So covalent means we have prefixes. So kind of a quick right here. We've got prefixes on our covalent ones. This is just normal. And then on type 2s, we have Roman numerals, right? Okay, so we need prefixes. So we're going to say, since selenium is just one, we're going to say selenium. If I could spell selenium. And then we're going to say trioxide, because there are 3 O's, the tri, right there. Awesome. Let's keep rolling. Okay, so we got P. Find P. There it is. It is covalent. So we're going to say covalent here, which means we need prefixes. So we're going to say phosphorus. Tri, because we have 3 chlorides. Remember, we don't put mono on the first one. Okay, so let's keep rolling. This one we have Ni3. So we find N. Ooh, N is nitrogen. So N is also covalent. So we're going to say covalent. And so we're just going to say nitrogen. Wow, totally didn't spell that right at all. All right, nitrogen triiodide. And yes, there are 2 I's in a row there. All right, let's keep rolling. Okay, so we see Mn. Ooh, Mn. Ooh, it's in the middle. It is type 2, which means we need those Roman numerals. And then we see O2 and we think peroxide, right? Remember we talked about that? So this is peroxide. And if each peroxide is -2 and I only have one peroxide, the whole thing, O2, that whole thing is -2. All right, so Mn has to be +2, so we're going to say manganese 2 oxide. Okay, let's keep rolling here. Now we have Ni. Okay, find Ni. All right, there it is. Ooh, right in the middle, also kind of 4 down for manganese, so that is type 2. So we're going to say, now we have to figure it out. So do you agree we have one Ni and one O? And if each O is -2, look at the charge above it. If each O is -2, remember our charges have to add up to be 0. So Ni has to be +2 in this situation. So we're going to say nickel 2 and then oxide. Awesome. Cool. Keep rolling. So check our first one, K. There you go. It is a type 1. So we just really name it, right? Type 1. So we're going to say K is potassium. All right, ClO4. That must be up top. There it is, perchlorate, potassium perchlorate. Awesome. Look at us roll. Okay, now we have number 9. Ooh, potassium again. Also type 1. So we're going to say potassium. And then MnO4 must be up top as well. Where it is? Ah, there it is, permanganate. All right, going on, we've got Cr. Cr, oop, there it is. It is type 2. It is type 2. So in this case, we have 2 Crs and 3 Os. Do you agree with that? 2 Crs and 3 Os. Oh. If each O is -2, that would be -6, right? If we add up our charges. So this has to be +6. So what times 2 gives me +6? That would be +3. So each Cr is +3. So we're going to say chromium oxide. Okay? Awesome. Keep rolling. All right. So we have, now this time we're switching from naming to writing formulas. So all we have to do is, again, just write our formula. So the only difference here is if it's ionic, we're going to have to do our crisscross and reduce. If it is covalent, we're just going to follow our prefixes. So we look at cesium bromide. We see cesium, it's Cs, it is type 1. So that means we have to do our crisscross. So Cs is +1, bromine is -1. Oh, look, our charges cancel out, so we're just going to say CS Br. Okay? Awesome. To the next one, we have barium. Okay, so we find barium, it's type 1, so that means we don't crisscross or anything, so we say, or we do crisscross, so we've got barium, which is +2. We have sulfate. It's up top. It's -2. So again, our charges are going to cancel, right? So we're just going to say BaSO4. All right, keep rolling. Ammonium. Oh, there it is. Up top in our polyatomic ion table, it is +1, but we also should have colored it in our type 1s. So we're going to say ammonium, which is NH4, it's +1. And then we have chlorine, which is Cl, it's -1. So we're going to say NH4Cl. Awesome. Let's keep rolling. Now we have sulfur. Sulfur. It is covalent. Right? So now we just write what it says. So if I just have one sulfur, I'm just going to say S, and then it says hexafluoride. So F6, we have 6 fluorides. Okay? Awesome. Keep rolling. This next one should kind of give it away because it's copper 1. It's got that Roman numeral. So that's going to tell us right away that it is type 2. So we've got Cu, which is +1. We've got Br, which is -1. Okay? And so this one is already done for us as well. We're just going to say CuBr. That is our correct answer there. Okay, let's keep rolling. Ooh, this one gives it away as well. We have that Roman numeral, which guess what? The step 2s will always, or the type 2s will always give it away for us. So we have lead 2 oxide. So Pb is +2. That is based on this right there. That 2 tells us it is 2, just like that 1 told us it is 1. All right, we have oxygen, which is -2. Oh, look at that. Those charges add up to be 0, which means we're done. We just need 1 to 1 to get them to balance out. Awesome. So we look at carbon. There we go. Carbon. It is covalent. So we're going to say C. And then we have carbon, and then it says tetrachloride, CCl4. All right, because 4, tetra is 4. All right, rolling on to our next one. We have sodium. Sodium is a type 1. So we're going to say Na. It is +1. If you look above group 1, its charge is +1. Hydroxide is a polyatomic ion, so you'll have to look for it up top. So it is OH, and it is -1. Look at that. All these charges are canceling out or kind of making it easy for us. So we just have NaOH. All right, a couple more. Ammonium. We've seen that one before. It is also type 1. So we're going to say NH4. And it's +1. Ooh, acetate. We haven't seen that one for a while. Acetate, maybe at all, is C2H3O2. And it's -1. Oh, look at that. Our charges canceled out or balance out for us. So our formula is just NH4, C2H3O2. All right. Kind of written messily, but hopefully you get the pick. All right. And our last one there. We have aluminum, type 1. So aluminum is Al, it is +3. Bromine is Br, and it's -1. Oh, we're going to have to do our crisscross here. AlBr3. Okay? Hope that helps you. See you next time.